morning Pillaging show. This for Raiders, oh, Raider Nation chasing, oh, Pillaging just for Sunday, oh, me and Chris, we don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Good Sunday morning, Raider Nation, and to rest of you football fans out there. This is Sunday morning building show. You thought that last week my last show. This probably will be the last Sunday show. Anyway, thanks for joining us this early Sunday morning on the Raiders' final game of the season. My host Roger Nation with that little beautiful baby Amari's here with me. We have a special guest coming on. We'll see when he comes on. But hey, welcome to the show. What's going on, Ray? What's going on, Jason?
Oh man, excited to be here. It's bittersweet, it's the last game of the season, but for something to get better, man, we got to put this thing to rest. So we glad to be here. We have a job to do today. We got a mission, and it's to finish the job. And I have full confidence in my team that we will be able to finish the job today.
I'm not expecting much out of this game because both teams are not playing their starters. Expect to see a lot of rookies and second years and guys on a bubble for next year to play. It'd be almost like a preseason game this coming game. That's what it feels like to me. Because neither one of us are going anywhere this season. I thought this last game of the season would be a pivotal game for the Chiefs and Raiders before the season starts. That last game is going to be one of them games that, like the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Raiders play that last game to see who go to the playoffs. That's what I was hoping to see. That's what I thought it might be. Or at least the bare minimum, the Chiefs have to win this game to get in the playoffs, and the Raiders can be that spoiler. But only spoiler for this game is for the number one pick. Didn't see that coming, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was like you too. I thought it was going to be one of these teams knocking each other out of the playoffs, and nothing. Nobody would have guessed that it would have meant nothing. But the number one pick, what I'm saying? That means nothing but the number one pick to one of the teams. But, it's this will be my first time seeing Dugan, from KC, the KC quarterback. I've seen a couple highlights, but I just want to kind of see, because for Andy Reid to take a chance, I just, he had to see something. So I want to see what it is.
Yeah, well, the team has nothing to play for. The Raiders doing sense if they're really looking to get that number one seed to, go after who they want to go after. Either go get the guy from Indiana, which had a hell of a game against Alabama. It wasn't a spectacular game. He didn't throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns and all that, but he managed that game pretty well against one of the top defenses in the nation. Not only that, but they blew him out. There wasn't no contest. And also the Indiana defense is good too. On top of that, give kudos to them. So if they want to go after him, I'm not saying tank, but it is what it is. I just want to see the young guys playing because the reports are they're having that AOC's gonna get burned, Pickett's gonna get burned, so they all gonna play. Jameer White's gonna be in there, that if you haven't seen all season, but he's gonna be in there. So a lot of guys who didn't play during the regular season is gonna play in this game. And that's what they should have done a while back when we know was going to play. I was like, put the guys in, let them see what we got. so you can make your evaluations at the end of the season, if not already done that. So, you know, what do you expect to see in this game? Hold on a second. Let's say good morning to people in the chat first.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I put Jack in. Hey, Jack, welcome to the show. You always in here. I appreciate it, Jack. Chewy, it's crazy. I took the Raiders to the Super Bowl on Madden. What's the same team? Did you play on rookie or did you play on the hyper level? Let's see. Good morning. F the Niners. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Geo Max, say thanks for that, brother.
Yeah. We'll talk.
Chuck
yeah,
Kill said the Chiefs are going to roll over today. Well, they got nothing to lose or win. I don't know how far they can move in the draft, but I can take a look at that. See what happens. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's his name? Shanahan was smart last night. I feel like they took it. They just wanted to see what Seattle was trying to do late in the season. I felt so. I don't think they really gave a lot. But we'll talk about that too, because that was one of the 3 out of 4 teams that, if the Niners had won, would have helped us. We could have beat KC and still got the number 1 pick. So they didn't help us out. But shout out to
Well, where they're standing at, they either get 5 or 6 or 6. So it didn't really help their cause out. So they really didn't care. So we're on 5 regardless. All depends on what happens with the Rams and who the Rams are playing today. The Cardinals. The Cardinals win, the 49ers move up. If the Rams win, the Cardinals go to 6. So either way you look at it, they're still in the playoffs. Only team that's really fighting today is to stay in the playoffs or to get that number 1 seed. That's it. Nothing really changes too much. And to me personally, the seeds in the NFL is really not that important. The only important part is getting that bye week. If you want to rest your guys up to the next week. But sometimes those teams that have a bye week, sometimes they'll perform the next week. So that's because you can be a number 7 seed and go to Super Bowl. You can be a wild card team and go Super Bowl. I know that for a fact the Raiders done
it. Yeah. I'm wondering. Someone said if Andy Reid, doesn't want us to get better, would it be better for him to, kind of not take this game? But I don't know. I see him competing. I see him, trying to be creative. Like, he doesn't have Mahomes, and he's going to still try to prove that he's a coach, and it's not just Mahomes that's making him a great coach. Like, I feel like he's still going to put a good effort forward. And, like, I doubt he's scared of the Raiders. Like, he's not scared of one player changing, but I mean, it will, we'll see. I hope it's that way that, this guy is. But, like we were talking about, like, I've heard a lot of good things about Mr. Mendoza, and then, of course, I'm a Cal fan. So, I mean, it's nothing new to me, because, I mean, he literally changed how our team was kind of going. We were just in. And then when he came, like, he stepped on the scene and kind of, won some surprising games and had us in a lot of, good opportunities. And it was crazy because, for me, I'd never heard of the cat before, and he just his pretty much his play came in and did it. So, but like, I just feel Andy Reid ain't tripping off. What I'm saying? Like, he's a competitor. He ain't tripping.
Well, I'm looking at the draft order as it stands today. They do refresh it. The Chiefs are sitting number 9, so they have on the top 10 picks. A win for them will drop them down probably. I don't know what it would be. Depends on the rest of the games. But it will drop them down because they're tied with Cincinnati Bengals for the 9th and 10th spot. Depending on the regular season thing, whatever that is. I'm not. I don't be the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So they win. They could drop down to who look like they'll drop down to either 9 or 11. Depends what the Falcons do in Atlanta. Falcons. It depends on a lot of teams. So they can drop from 9 down to 12. Look like I got to see exactly what they can do, but I'm waiting for it to come up. So they can be in the top 10 if they want, or they can be in the top 12. That's up to them. Meanwhile, our things are 1 or 2. That's it. Nothing else can happen to us. We can't go past that. We can't drop down to 3. We can drop down to 2. So if we do win, 2 is not bad. Well, it's not bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I agree. I
think-
agree with Chuck. I agree with Chuck right here. I'm sorry. The Chiefs want to screw the Raiders. That today's game go. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Welcome, Richard. Hey, thanks for coming in, brother.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say basically, like you see with Pat's injury now, I think the shift of them going forward is gonna be like run heavy, just to take a lot of pressure off him, coming back, post injury. I feel like they're gonna try to get, a good running back in this draft, and then kind of, get some tools that can kind of help him not have to do so much as he eases himself, kind of back into, hopefully he, gets back to the normal, Patty Mahomes. But it's gonna be wild to see. Like I want to see, because it's not gonna be him like running around like crazy, creating as much. So I think they're gonna try to lean on that running game for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be an ugly game. Like I said, you look at it as a preseason game because that's basically what it's going to be. You're not going to see Max out there chasing after Mahomes. You're not going to see anything like that. It's pretty much, just gave up. Like I said, I'm gonna use this car reference. Like you have a car, you gonna get a car. You're gonna buy a new car tomorrow. You don't put gas in that old car. Just go get your new car. Like, yeah, let's let it park. I'm not worried about the old car. But I get a new one. So that's to me what seems like it's going to happen. Bears not going to worry about filling up their tank. They're going to just putting up gas in to pull up in the driveway and park it. We're getting a new car tomorrow. And that's the way they should look at next season. This is it. We're not going to do anything. Why should we put our starters out there? Why should we risk them being injured? And then start next season, they're out for 3 weeks because they still recuperate from an injury. So, let the young guys play. Let the young guys play. They can see what you got. Then, moving to the draft, yeah, we know what they need to draft, but, they can look themselves and evaluate like, yeah, here's free agency. Yeah, you're being cut. We get somebody else.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see who, like our hiring has been something else these last couple of years. So I just want to see, where our mind is, what we have planned for post Pete Carroll.
Thanks, man. Well, the way it looks, and of course, I was fooled. You up your food. The way it looks, they're gonna keep Pete Carroll. We thought it was gonna keep AP, but we found out after his press conference he was gone. Like Jesus. So right now, I'm not speculating anything because I see all the coaching prospects are coming out, and all that, So we'll see what happens. Pete Carroll said he's going to stay. You can say that you want to, but it's not up to you to stay. It's up to the team organizations. Do they want you to stay?
Yeah, I mean, are you okay with giving him a second year, or is it are you done with it? Like if he went in there and begged Mark Davis, like, hey, you just give me one more, man. Just give me one more year. Like I can, it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, what if he does? What if he comes back and he wins 8 games?
I like Pete Carroll. Don't get me wrong. I respect him. I respect him when he was USC. I respect him when he was at Seattle because what he did, turned teams around. But if you look at it, he didn't turn around the first year. He got him going in the first year, but then he turned around a couple of years later. USC won a couple national championships. Seattle won Super Bowl, won one, lost one. That's what I wanted to see with the Raiders, but it's only 1 year. However, I expect some more changes in the coaching staff, not just Pete Carroll, in the coaching staff. I don't know if Patrick Graham want to be there again next year. He can opt out. He got a couple years. He got a couple of contract because I have keep your money. I go somewhere else. Gotta get some better small coaches. Also, Pete Carroll got to let Spytek build his team too, not just him, because maybe in his eyes, he knew what he did with Seattle. That formula might work, but no, it doesn't. Time pass you by. You need to be more innovative. You need to get an offensive coordinator that has schemes and stuff. You need to get a better old line and let the offensive coordinator do what offensive coordinators do: design plays and run them. Defense, same way. You got a defensive coordinator, let him do a defense. You can but you can let him run the defense. He has certain schemes, certain players he need to run his scheme. Let him get them. Send him to the office both ways. The coach supposed to have a finger in everything, but sometimes you got to let the guys you hire pay all that money to do their own thing. And that's, I think, what happened with Chip Kelly. Pete Carroll was trying to run the whole show. And then Chip Kelly says, screw it then. I'm not going to run Genty. I'm going to run 8 times a game, and that's it. I'm not calling running plays. I don't know for sure. I'm not an insider. I'm not a personal friend of Chip Kelly or Pete Carroll. So I'm just an average fan. I see what I see on the field. But keeping them, they got to change a few things for me to say, yeah, that's a cool deal.
Yeah, because there was a comment earlier, like, we might be looking for a new coaching staff. But see, that's the thing. That's how we never make progress, because like the next coach is going to want his guys. So, but Pete took this year, kind of worked with what we had, added a couple pieces here and there, but basically it was the same shell of a team. You know what I'm saying? So like I would expect for him to take this year to evaluate and then go into next season. Because like we said, before Pete's time is done, we'll have a franchise quarterback. He'll get this defense straight, and we'll have a good offensive line. But you can't do that in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So we already got the quarterbacks on the way. I'm pretty sure this draft and offseason, we're gonna, if they're listening to us, Lindenbaum better be in that race to get that. At least in that top 3 of teams trying to get that and be aggressive. If you're going to be aggressive at the core of the offensive line. But that's the thing. I just want to see, because it depends. There is a way to fix this thing, but we can't get sidetracked with the should we get Tua and all this this craziness of no. Let's get our guy. Let's draft our quarterback and build our team. It's time for a reset, man. And we can't reset without drafting this quarterback. So, we can it's not like, but I don't know. I with Pete, I feel like his experience alone, he should maybe not as head coach, but maybe in the building somehow, some way. Because I feel like a lot of people, like even Pierce, I felt like, yeah, they got rid of him, but you should have at least kept him as a linebacker coach or something. Like something on still in the Raiders defense, or where he was doing good before the coaching job. You know what I'm saying? But we just kind of X people out, and it's just sometimes it's how we cut ties. And that's why I say we can never build. That's how I started this rant, was the 1-year deals. Like if we let him go this year, then we have to go through another coach trying to see who we have on the roster. And then it's probably not going to be a good thing, because we know what we got on this roster right now. And it's just we never have someone that can build. Like the last person that was trying to do it was Gruden. You know what I'm saying? Like Gruden was finally trying to put, it was hit and miss. But what you see when he had time, it was something he could build. And, Gruden's not going to be going through the same BS for the, 2 years straight. He's not going to be able to look at that without getting pissed off. So that's the thing. We have to have someone that be here and stick and build. Because we're never going to go anywhere. We're just going to be spinning in circles.
Well, one thing, if they decide to draft a quarterback, first say they get Mendoza. That's first say. They need a coach that's going to be here for the next 5 years to work with him, to be around him, to help develop him into the playmaker, as well as the offensive coordinator, to stick with him. You keep changing coaches every year. Nothing really sticks. Look at the teams that are successful. They had the coaches forever. at least 3 years or 5 years. They had the coaches there for a while. But when you get a draft quarterback, he gets used to this coach. Like, okay, I think I'll get it next year, be my year. Your coach has been fired. Now you got to change the whole program around. The whole program. Like, man, I got a new coach. Now I got to look at his playbook again. I got to study some more. But if you keep a coach and let him grow with that coach, then things get better. Look what Andy Reid Mahomes did. Mahomes didn't start his first year, but he was with Andy Reid ever since he got into the league, and he's still with him.
Yeah.
Look at what's his name from Philadelphia? He wasn't really. He was Jason Hurt. He wasn't really that big. Still not, but he's not a master team. But he was the same coach. Mm-hmm. Other teams with the same coach usually build better teams because not only is the quarterback more confident in the team, but the players are more confident in the coach and the quarterback. But when you keep changing the coach like you change your underwear, dude, nothing really is going to stick. Nothing. There's different philosophy, different mindset, different way you want to do things. So if Pete Carroll going to stay, granted, he only has a 3-year contract. So you get to draft a quarterback like Mendoza, Moore, or any other quarterback you want to draft to be the future quarterback of this team. The coaches have to change. Unless they hire offensive coordinator that when Pete Carroll leaves, he becomes head coach. So that would be a continuity. Like, okay, it's the same guy. Offense now he's a head coach. So the same continuity. I know the verbiage. I know the logistics of this because he moved offense to the head coach.
Yeah. Like I seen I think. Oh, so that I was gonna say, you can tell Pete's respected because there's teams that they could have put a 40, 50 on us, but they called off the dogs on us a few times this season. You know what I'm saying? And that's just out of respect for. I think that was out of respect for Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that I mean, to a lot that won't mean a lot, but it means something. It means that he's better than what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? So. I feel like he does need a second chance. I agree with Geomex. That's why I said that because, he says, I hope they keep Pete and find an OC that will also be an assistant head coach if Carroll doesn't make it through week 5, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't mind Mike McCarthy to fill that role. Like, I definitely agree with that. Like, I feel like he shouldn't be making a lot of the, decisions as far as we probably have to make him – let him make. But I feel if he had that help, if he had like a young OC or young defensive guy coming in, and then that could take his place. Like you said, if anything ever, or just the direction, wasn't going. But right now, we got rid of Chip, and then it looks like Graham's almost out the door. So, I guess everything's going to start new. But, I mean, I feel like he should stay. Just let's change, like you said, the coordinators.
So Frank Weber said, word in the street is that Pete has already been informed that he's done. Okay. That wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me at all. Like I said, 3-year deal for a coach, that's not a way to build a team. We know we had to build a team, build a culture. Was Pete Carroll stopgap? Probably so. They got their eyes on somebody else. I don't know. We don't know who it is. Here it goes. They go on Kubiak. We don't know who's going to be a head coach. Kingsbury's is on everybody's radar, but we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Kingsbury's do side to come to Raiders now. We know we got the number 1 or 2 draft pick, so we get that quarterback. Maybe he will come now, and maybe they will not be cheap and pay the guy money. Because the pay for the coaches and ourselves does not come out the salary cap. It comes out the owner's pocket. The Mark Davis, man, I want to build a winning team. Well, pay out the money for quality things. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to McDonald's and order a steak. You go to order a hamburger. So if you want a steak, go to a steakhouse and pay the money. Don't go to McDonald's and inspect a steak. A rib. They do have McRibs, though. So you don't go there to get real ribs. You go to a rib shack, a rib house, or whatever you want to call it.
How much for one rib?
No, I don't talk about that guy.
Good Lord. That's like, yeah.
There's a piece going. Patrick Graham will resign with the Bear team next year. Greg Olson won't stay the OC. Geno Smith will not be a starter. Well, yeah, Pete gone. Geno's gone too. So you got to take that consideration because only reason why Smokehouse. There we go. Only reason why Geno started because of Pete, because if Pete wasn't there, he wouldn't be there, starting or. Yeah, I heard about Cam Miller. He's with the New Orleans Saints, is it?
No, Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah, it's talking about the practice squad. Yeah, well, he didn't get burned anyway. So good luck to them.
That was Pete's guy. Pete was gonna have him roll into 2027, 2028.
I don't know who picked that guy, but he wasn't. He wasn't there. I had to make a rib.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, well, what you expect? His practice squad. Dolphins are hurting for a quarterback. They want to turn him off in next year as a Tui replacement. See what he can do. And do you blame him? No, I would do the same thing. He's not gonna play this guy. Sure, I'll take him. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. I just want to see what we, how we produce today. See what it looks like. Get it done. Get it done.
That's what I'm saying. Young guys in there. I'm gonna watch the game. This is not to watch it win and lose. I want to see who's in the game. Put them out there.
Kenny the Snake Pickett.
Well, we only got 2 quarterbacks today because Geno's out. So at AOC, if AOC get hurt, then it's up to Pickett. If Pickett hurt, then we have no quarterback. We did have third option to Cody Myers, but he's not with us anymore. So we're at devil quarterbacks that both of these guys here in this game. Might say, we quit. Yeah, who gonna throw the ball? They get on PA system. Say anybody in the stadium not throw a football, come on down to the field. Trials are happening right now.
I'll be right back, brother.
Sure. I want to see the most ugliest performance ever taken in the Reds. Well, don't worry, don't hope, and we will see the most important. Yeah, let's see, it's going fast. Yeah, they got Cumulus, Texas. He was pretty decent, but they still want the other quarterback because they're gonna need another more for next year. Yeah, let's see. So who started? I think Pickett is starting, and the AOC comes in the backup. Well, they should get half and half. One play first half, one play second half, and just toss them out there. Like I said, to see what they got. The boys not here. This guy, yeah, I don't think they're really playing because they're number 5 seed, so they can't move up. They can't move up. They could play spoiler, but that was it for them. They know where they're set, 5 or 6. So that's where they're going to be in the playoffs. So ain't no sense going out there doing damage. You can't. Let's see. I worry about Indiana Mendoza being a usually tight quarterback, not enough competition. Oh, you kidding me? Indiana plays in the Big Ten. They got a lot of competition. Ohio State, Michigan, Iowa. They got a lot of competition in the Big Ten. So it's not like they're playing in the WAC conference or anything like that. But they got a lot of competition out there in the Big Ten. So, and then, like I said, you saw the game against them in Alabama. They didn't choke at all. They didn't smoke them boys.
Yeah. And he takes a lick, and so that's the thing. He gets stronger after he takes either sacks or whatever. But shout to that coach for making the adjustments after that, though. But yeah, how he was.
Wait a minute. You said the key word. That coach made adjustments. That's the key word in all of it. You saw this wasn't working. We're gonna change it. We don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't run the middle. We'll just hand the ball to the middle. Go to the A gap again. We're stopping us. Call next play. Run the middle. Go to the A gap. One. Eventually, you're gonna break one. And we did. We broke one.
Yeah.
But other than that, Anyway,
Yeah, it's gonna, I'm glad to put this season to rest, just because we need to, uh, not burn it. Well, mostly you can really burn the tape on a lot of the stuff we did because we just didn't do anything good at all. Like there was nothing. Like we thought our tight end room was our strongest, and we
still is.
lost. Yeah. Oh yeah. But when we lost Bowers, it just showed us what everything else was too. You know what I mean? Bowers covered up a lot, and then when he got injured, it just showed us that we thought that we could ride him all the way through the season. Him and Jacoby were like, oh yeah, we can, and then yeah, it just did not work out, and we couldn't. I don't know what their plan was in this running game with the Mostert, his absence, Zamir, because you would think that would work. Genty, Zamir, and Mostert as a three, they would have figured it out somehow, some way. But the offensive line, it all connects. It all connects, and it just was terrible. Everything was terrible. Our blocking was terrible. Our line, because that's what I just don't want. I just don't understand what they thought. Like when they were practicing against each other, like that is, from where we are, we're a 4-win team. So like you're practicing against a 4-win team, and the real competition, like I said early in the season, we'll know when we get to the Chargers what type of team we are. Like if we're this team is different. Like we smoked the Chargers, and no, but we got blew by the Chargers. So it was the same old team. We were the same Raiders from last year, and Pete, I don't know if he was just trying to be nice and he wanted to let the guys try to fight for, and prove themselves. And he should have just get the dogs, get the killers, man. Like get the proven guys. And I think hopefully he learned from that mistake. But for us, it cost us. It cost us time, and there was money that we had saved that we talked about all season. Cap money. We got this. We could bring this, and oh man, we got enough to trade for this, and we didn't do nothing. We talked about it. We didn't bring nobody in, and when we started talking about it, it was too late. We were already 10 losses in, and there's nothing that can save us. There's no point, and it should never be like that. Load up. I'm just say get all your stuff ready and take it with you. You don't leave anything just like, oh man, I'd rather, because that's the thing, you could blow your load, stack the team, and if they sorry if they get injured or whatever, you got practice squad for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. But you loaded up. You took everything you had, and it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yeah. It's the one thing to have the money, but you got to remember it works both ways. The player got to want to come here.
True.
That team can offer him a couple $1 million less, but it's a better chance. I'm going over here and have a chance of winning. I'm not coming over here to make my resume look bad. So yeah, you can say we got a lot of money. Yeah, but it's up to the player deciding like, why should I play for this team? I'll take a $2 million less money. I'm gonna play for this team, who's a playoff bound team, and have that chance to win the chip. Hey, it depends on the player's mentality about it. But yeah, you take a veteran who's playing in the league for years and he hasn't gone anywhere. Then he gets the opportunity to play for a team that has a chance to go to the Super Bowl. He's gonna take that chance. I'll take a cut, but I'm gonna chance to go to Super Bowl because I want my legacy to be a Super Bowl champ. Not a 2-15 guy, 3-14 or 4-13 record the next 3 years straight. You don't want to do that. I know I wouldn't if I was a veteran of the league. Unless I'm just money hungry, different story.
Yeah, that is true though too. And I hope Mendoza brings that, like that the players want to come here, because I mean, it used to be the mentality, they get a new quarterback, you're like, oh, he's gonna need weapons, so the wide receivers are like, hey, I can go here, I'm gonna for sure eat, I'll become his go-to, and what I'm saying, and then just build off that. And we don't have that. It's just when you think Like, what are your options? Oh, the Raiders are looking for. They're like, nah, man, they got too much going on over there. You know what else we got? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that when people think about us. It's always like a black eye.
Well, like I said, I saw some headlines that Kingsbury is on the radar again. Now this time, there's a better chance of landing Kingsbury if you guys still want him. Him leaving like out the building, they must have something went down. I don't know exactly. I know it was some money one part, but to see that he couldn't get that quarterback because he said he did with Jay Downs his first year, and he looked like a superstar. Only Jay Downs was getting hurt. Daniels was getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So now Ray's got a chance to pick. You can pick Daniel. You can pick Mendoza. Dante Morby's there is coming out, or they got a chance or another choice, another quarterback. You know. So now Kingsbury said, "Well, I get a quarterback." Okay. So, now they say, "Well, you know what? We're sorry. We give you 2 years. We'll give you 3, or whatever he wants." You know, if you want to get Pete Carroll, you might as well get the guy you originally wanted in the first place. Pay him, Mark. It's not your pocket. You got the money. Pay him. You know. There's a couple other head coaches out there. So as who's that? Frank Weber said, word on the street that he's already out. Okay. Well, then get your quarterback now. I'm gonna get your head coach now. Do what the New England Patriots did last year is fire the coach 5 minutes after the game. Don't even let him walk on the presser. No, just say, all right, Pete, pack your bag. And you're here in Vegas, so it ain't like you got to walk far. You don't need to take a plane ride. You just walk upstairs or walk to the building over to the offices, pack your stuff, or or if they're not packed already, have them like, hey, last game. Just coach out. Thanks for coming. See you later. Happy retirement. So, and then get your head coach. Because behind closed doors, we don't know what's going on because they can't talk to anybody until after the last game is played in the season. They can fire Pete right now, but they can't talk to any coaches after the very last game of the season. The very last, when the second round of the clock, hey, let's go. But they can't do that. They can do that now, but they can't announce it to after the last game of the season. I'm sure you're talking to guys all over the place.
I hope our guys are ready. Be ready to pick up them phones or ready to go out there.
Hey, Richard, let's do I told you guys last week this will be my last show, but I just can't stay away from you guys. I'm healthy again. I got new pills, and these pills I take now after I eat, and I get a lot of energy. So I'll be back Tuesday night with the Cover 3 show, and we're going to do a mock draft since we know everything is said and done. And we'll pick. Join us Tuesday night at 6:30 or maybe 6. I don't know what Jason wants to start. Might start a little earlier. We're doing a mock draft. Okay? We're going to do one no trade and a trade. We'll do the first one, no trade. Second one, trade. And then we have time permitted. We have a third one. Let you guys pick who you guys want to pick. How about that? That sounds good, you guys? Join us Tuesday nights between 6 and 6:30. Jason will post that schedule up that time.
Yeah.
So you guys thought you got rid of me? I guess again. I love talking to the nation. I love the chat. I love everything about it. That time I was just sitting at home, like I was bored out of my mind.
Yeah. He's back. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna do like the thing that I did all year, but All right, peace out, Gio. Thanks for coming in. You got to go to work, or you just tired of us? I don't know. Might be tired of us.
Man, it's early. It's early in the morning.
You know she's leaving after you put the baby down. I said, I can't even see the baby, not you guys.
Yeah,
she's gone.
I'm here for the baby.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, appreciate you, Gio Max. Really do. Appreciate the comments, too.
Oh, yeah. Bro, hey, I'm saying you got to work. Yeah. Have a good day at work, brother. Have a good day.
He's not going to put food on the table, babe.
You got to bye. I'll leave Tuesday. Hey, got to go. My kids are hungry. I get out of here.
Yeah. It's sad that they found a way to make us happy, but like I said, I'm not going to speak on it until the end of this day. until we see what happens. Because it just for all the I've been watching like all the different trade scenarios and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, this could change some things. And then this is without Max. If we want to keep Max and actually get some trade capital and stuff like that, it's the opportunity.
You see what that says, right?
Maybe it's that.
Happy new season.
Yeah. Happy new. Yeah, this is gonna be the one. Yeah, this one was crazy. I've never suffered through a season like this one. I felt like the one with McDaniels was crazy. I wanted that one to kind of end too, but it was just because just for some reason it was just I don't know. We were losing all those close games and all that kind of, but I don't know. This one just felt terrible. And then like for me, I'm always mentally in every game. And this was the first time that I actually had doubts. And I was like, yeah, nah, because we always should have a chance because it starts out 0-0, right? And all it takes is a turnover. But for us, we could get a turnover, and our offense couldn't do a lick. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this one was different, and it's just something that it just repeated itself over and over and over. So it was something that nobody on this team could change, and that's why this season has to end, just so we can get in that shed, get some tools out, and fix this thing. So.
Well, one thing about Dakota, what you're saying, Dakota, is there's a good chance because one thing's another. These teams hate each other going back to eons ago. The Lynn Dawson days back in the 60s. These teams hate each other. So they can be like, they're going to go easy on each other. They're going to try to beat each other's brains out. Literally. They're going to try to win because, for one thing, you're going to see players who don't play that much in this game. Players going to play because they might not be on the team this year, but they are auditioning for other teams to take a look at them so other teams can sign them when it's time to come sign them in free agency or to get cut. So then, they don't go out there and play flag football like Pro Bowl. They go out there and try to kill each other. So whoever wants it the most will get it. Because, like I said, these teams hate each other. There's no love blow. I mean, you see them shake hands after the game, but on the field when the whistle blows, they're going at it. Like I say, players are going to say, I need a job next year. I got to feed my family too. So I'll go there and just let the guy run past me every time then. Ain't nobody going to hire me next year. So it's going to be one of those games. Some people are going to get hurt. Hope not too bad. I don't want to see any player from any team get hurt. But there are going to be some hitting out there. This is not going to be just a walkthrough like preseason, although it'll feel like a preseason game, but it's going to be a game. Let's see if the Raiders hold their end of the bargain, which I doubt, because I think KC's backups are better than I know their backups are better than the Raiders' backup. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. With our best receiver, that's the thing. Like, if Brock was playing and Max, I'd be like, okay, yeah, because we got some people that are going to, don't know how to turn down, and I think that's why they pretty much, like Chin's kind of the same way too. Like, I like that. They don't know how to turn down and turn the switch off. So that's why, pretty much Pete saved them from themselves. And that's why I feel like that's our best shot on offense is Brock. So, I mean, unless somebody comes, which we've been waiting for somebody to kind of pop all year. So, Cedric Jackson, 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, unless we got something like that coming. From Kenny Pickett to,
What else? I saw someone mention. I mentioned you wanted a bench game. I don't know if he's even playing, but if it really don't matter.
I thought he's out. He's out for the season. He tore his ACL.
I think he's out. He's not even playing. So, yeah, that one guy, I can't pronounce his name, whatever. Curl is likely staying. Yeah, well, there's rumors going. It's coming to that rumor season, like who's coming, who's going. We don't know what the Raiders are going to do. So, they might. Huh?
No, Diesel said put Cole at receiver and let him cook.
AJ Cole?
Yeah.
Never know. They put what's going on out there, so they give him a try.
It looks like he has a good radius.
Does Ruggs still have a contract with Raiders? I don't know if he's still doing that. I don't know if he could terminate it. He went to jail, so they could have terminated it. Yeah. They did say, yeah, he's been terminated. That's what I thought. Because once that happens, you can terminate. You don't have to pay him anything. So, yeah. He has no contract with us. See, big fussy back there. He's going to get back on camera.
Yeah, let me get out the way, cat. Sorry. Get out the way.
So he's getting pro in August. Would you bring him back, Ruggs, next year?
I would. I like Ruggs.
I'll give him a shot. I wouldn't necessarily bring him back. I'll give him go on, see what you got. If you still got it, I'll give him a shot. See if he still has it. But that's up to the team. Because he didn't do bad on it. He didn't hurt the team as far as like being stupid. He just did some stupid things outside the team. But the only thing is that bringing them back, that will kind of devastate a lot of the community out there in Vegas, what happened. So that might hurt the team in the long run from what he did. So I don't know if they will bring it. I don't think bringing him back is a good idea. Let him go to a new city, a fresh start. If you want to play football again, let him go somewhere else. I would not bring him back to the Raiders for that reason. Because he will hurt the team. He will hurt the fan base and community in Vegas. Because they'll be pissed off. I don't see him coming back.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't see it. I just, I like people to redeem themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or at least get the opportunity to, make a change. Because we've let worse people, you know what I'm saying? He was a good kid, just made a bad choice. So, I would love for him that not to be the last moment we have or the last memory of him is that situation. So, I would love for him to, get to change that.
Well, you got guys that come in and had DUI. It happens to a lot of people every day. You got people come in there, have unpaid parking tickets. Hey, whatever. But when you're beating up another person or taking their life, that's a whole lot different. That is worthy of a second chance, but not with this team. You can get a second chance somewhere else, but not this team. If you look at it, you might go sign with KC because they'll probably sign him, which would kill us. They do. I feel like they need a Stabler or a Plunkett, a gamer who look overlooked by the teams. I feel they need a brand. I feel they need a brand new quarterback and build off of him. That's what I think. No more recycled quarterbacks. Although Stabler was drafted by the Raiders, Plunkett wasn't. We don't need a recycled quarterback to redo his career. We need one that's going to be a career quarterback with the Raiders. We tried a couple of times and, of course, failed miserably with that dude, Jamarcus Russell.
He's good.
But I say, no, let's get another quarterback. He might have a crap season his first year. A lot of rookie quarterbacks do. But, hey, stay with him. See what he needs the next year. And he's working on that. But I don't want to recycle used quarterback. Let's go get what's his name? Oh, Russell Wilson. No.
Yeah.
If we want Russell Wilson, should have got him when he had a chance to, because he wanted to come here, but no, we turned it down. Go get that bad quarterback from Milton. Is it Milton? From the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah. We should have got Russ when he was like $1 million. Like, remember when I think it was Pittsburgh took a chance? We should have got him then, for cheap. And then we could have see, that's the thing. Like, we don't do things smart. We could have got him for the low, and then we still could have drafted a quarterback and still built the team up, you know what I'm saying? And then been in probably better position right now, to do things. But it's like we're so stubborn, man.
It was a head coach. He didn't like quarterbacks like that. That's why he didn't want him. So You know, it goes into not who we like, who fits the systems, what we need to start doing. Or because you know who's the key part of the team? It's a quarterback. Get that guy, that quarterback that's going to be here for at least 4 or 5 years. Build around him. You see, they did in Chicago. They saw last year. Well, okay, the day before last. Now it's 2026. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. They see what they did at 2024. What happened to Kate Williams? He was getting beat up in the backfield. So what they do? Went and signed some linemen, paid the money. People was like, why they paying the money for the linemen? But look at them now. Mm-hmm. Give them some protection. Give them a couple more weapons. Give them a nice little decent running game. And look what happens. That's what we got to do. Not to say do exactly what they did, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. I hope they do what they did for him that they did for Burrow. Get Burrow and Chase. You know how they put them together? I hope they get one of his receivers too. You know, just so he has a little safety blanket. You know, because you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. You know, so get him someone that's familiar with him. He can just look at him and he knows what play he needs him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that familiarity of just knowing each other.
Mr. Frank Weber says it. Stabler has sat for 5 years before he started playing. He sat for 2 years before he got a chance. And yeah, I'm cool with that. But they started, they here, they won the opportunity, they got in. I'm not saying go get Mendoza and throw him out there to the wolves early in the season. You can't get that stopgap quarterback. Hey, Pete Carroll's gone. Get rid of Geno Carroll because I don't want him to learn from Geno Carroll. I mean Geno Smith. Well, Geno Carroll, there it is. Geno Smith. You know, go ahead and get another veteran quarterback in there just to give him a little, just what you do in this situation type of quarterback. You know. But
Geno Carroll.
And I don't want Geno Carroll out there at all. Because you girls say, well, if they're coming in your face, just throw the ball anywhere. No, don't do that. Shoot.
Geno Carroll, I love it. Yeah, we gotta get some wide receivers this draft for sure.
Oh, we can. There's a lot out there, so we can get some. Got a couple of guys I'm looking at. Well, we're gonna do that mock draft, Tuesday. Time's it. Raiders will play till 1:00, so we got time. 1:30, I think. 1:25 Pacific time.
Okay.
If I ever said Geno Carroll, piece of other son, I don't know why I said that. That pretty much is because you got him there. Won't bench him or fire him. So
he said Geno Carroll.
What a quarterback besides Mendoza? I mean, they got a lot of quarterbacks. People don't look at him. Laura from Penn State had a bad year because his main weapons were gone. So he didn't look that good this year. Plus, he was hurt. He's still a good quarterback. Everybody wanted him when he thought was coming out, but he didn't. He should have came out when he had a chance to, but now, I don't know. We're going to do a draft, and we'll look. I mean, it don't have to be Mendoza. If we draft number 2, say, oh, man, we lost our chances. Yeah, okay, fine. We lost that, like we always do. But there are other good quarterbacks on it. It's not the quarterback I'm worried about as much as it is we got to take care of the other small things that people overlook. Not everybody in our checker. My checker are smart. It's protection and the running game. We need to get another running back, a bigger running back. We need to get a 2-headed monster. One of those guys where Geno have to. I mean, Geno. Damn, I'm mixing names right now. Where Gentry don't have to be there on third down. It's short, and we had to do a quarterback sneak from the shotgun. He can sit out. We can put that big boy in there and let him plow ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Post fan here. What's up, guy?
And then I love the game that's coming up is Oregon, Indiana. So we're going to see the 1 and 2, so far quarterback go against each other. So, will that change everyone's mind? Like, say if Dante Moore balls out and they end up winning, will that shift the number one QB?
Hey, Brandon, what's going on, man? I'm doing good. I'm getting better. Got some new meds, man. Kind of got like to me, it was like uppers. Like I had to eat first, and I'm taking them. I'm like energetic. I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch out. But I appreciate that. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Derek Cameron, yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
want to come here?
I like Richard Snyder's got the recipe, and then yeah, my greedy self would take a wide receiver 3. You know what I mean? But either 3 wide receiver or DB at that 3 spot. You know, I'd
Yeah.
be good either way.
Well, what's on Tuesday? I don't see you getting the wide receiver at 3. I would go off offensive line at that point.
No, well, we got one at 2.
A wide receiver, you can get those. They're plenty in the draft. UDFA be good for me. I would say get the key factors. If you pick a quarterback at number 1 or number 2, whatever, second round should be dedicated to offensive line and or defensive line. One of those two. You didn't go from there. And then go from there. Then go down to the linebackers, to the receivers, to the cornerbacks, and all that stuff. Then work your way down. Who was the best one there at that position? But I wouldn't pick a receiver at number 2. I wouldn't pick a receiver at number 3. For all that matter, because there's a lot of receivers out there.
Yeah, but I mean, we need a number 1. We don't have a number 1 wide receiver. So
not yet. Until we get a good coordinator and a right head coach who can make Jordan go in off season, eat some beans and grits and put some weight on him and go in a weight room and get some muscles. We don't know. We don't know what we have in him yet. He's still a rookie. He made a lot of rookie mistakes. So we'll see what that turns out.
No coach is going to want to come if we don't have that in place. What coach is going to want to come here if we don't have those seasons?
The coach is not coming for the receivers. That's not the reason they will come. Oh, you got Chase. I'm coming. You got Chase. I'm coming to the team because you have Chase. And that's not the reason why they'll come. They want to see what kind of structure you have in the quarterback and everything else. You know, they don't come because of one wide receiver. That makes no sense at all. They're not going to come because of Max Crosby. They're going to come. They're going to come for. They don't come for the structure. What kind of what do you have, and who are you going to bring in? That's what they're going to come for. Just because you have this. I mean, a head coach now go to a team because they had Jerry Rice. No, that's not the reason why they go there. You know, it's a good building tool for them, but not because of wide receiver. That one terms. I don't think that does. Maybe it does. I don't think it does.
I mean, if you were a coach, what would you not come for Brock Bowers to be one of the building points?
No, not necessarily. But Brock Bowers is just one player. Then you have multiple players. Who's throwing the ball? Who's blocking for this? Who's doing that? I wouldn't come to a team just because of one player. Yeah, kind of understand what I'm saying. If he's there, that's a good token in the machine. Yeah, okay, he's there. Good, I can work with that. As opposed to like nothing being there. But that ain't the reason why I would come because of Brock Bowers. Especially as a head coach. Or even offensive coordinator. But it's a good step in the right direction, but that's not going to bring me there. What's going to bring me there is what direction are we going in? Are you going to get the guys that you need, you need? And can I help or can I get this right with you? You know, get this right with you. Because who are you going to draft? We're not going to draft a quarterback this year. Well, you know you need one. Why not? No, I ain't coming. Well, we got Brock Bowers. So what? I'm not coming there.
Well, I said a wide receiver at 3 at the 3rd round. Like we did a QB, we did a tackle at the 2nd round, and then I did. You know, I said either DB or wide receiver at the 3rd round.
Yeah, Frank said. I agreed to run later. The young lady. What if she's saying I'm with it? Hey, I agree with her too. She has a lot of good points she made.
Yeah, she's sleepy. Yeah, but yeah, just as you know, because we're gonna have to have some weapons, you know, and with our sad wide receiver core, we're gonna need a legit weapon. And the later rounds, you know what I mean, they're not gonna be as talented at the wide receiver position. And it's not like we need a lot of them. We just need a legit stud at wide receiver.
I understand. Well, I'll tell you what. Come Tuesday night, you do yours, I do mine, and we'll compare notes. How about that?
I got you. we did get the tackle though. We got the tackle in the second round.
Like Brandon said, wide receiver is a luxury that can wait. So okay, here. Why draft one? When other wide receivers who will be free agents this year, like Raiders getting that guy, they're doing this and that. They don't go play for Raiders.
Our problem now, we got no separation. Like we don't have wide receivers that create separation, and we're only going to get that type if we get them in the first couple rounds. Like it's not they're fifth round picks for a reason. Like because they can catch, but they can't create separation in the NFL level. So at some point we're going to have to get a legit wide receiver.
Well, we got 3 4-round picks, as Richard reminded us. So we can get one in the 4th round. We can get one in the 4th round, something else. So I'm not saying don't draft a receiver, but I want to drop down high because there are more priorities than getting the receiver at round 2 and even 3. There are dire needs. We need some help on that defensive line, and we also need definitely help on the offensive line.
But you guys forget that free agency comes before the draft. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a lot of this stuff will be addressed by that time, and we're going to be able to spend with those weapons. You know what I mean? Because of that reason, you guys are looking at our needs right now as it is, but when we get to the draft, the free agency will address a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, see, you got the guys that come. That's the thing. And if we don't, then what? Okay, so. We'll cross
that bridge when we get there. But I mean,
exactly. I see your point, wide receivers, but some wide receivers. Look at C.J. Jackson; they pretty good. Was out there. Guess when he was drafted?
Who?
C.J. Jackson. When was he drafted? When was he drafted?
Yeah, I mean, he was undrafted. Like what I'm saying. But I mean, that's one. Look at his resume towards like Justin Jefferson or It's definitely not going to compare. His one catch is not going to compare to what Justin Jefferson does consistently every game, even with a bum quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like it makes the difference that the team still will go on, even if we lose, say, Geno or whatever we do at the quarterback position. We still have to have weapons out there. And we lost Jacoby, we lost Devontae, we've just been losing. And then I mean we're probably gonna lose someone this year. We'll probably lose Trey Tucker next year or whatever.
I see your point, but I still say I will not pick a receiver that early in the draft when they're undies. Okay, free agents coming up. We might get that guard or center or whatever. Fine. We might get that defensive end or tackle. We need it. Fine. But there's nothing wrong with getting another one because this year's draft, the defensive line and linebackers are deep. Yeah. I'll pick them because see what happens when somebody get hurt. It goes from 99 down to 29, the level. So I would get somebody in that 69, 79 level. That's if our 99 goes down, then at least we'll have. I'm going by Madden stats. At least you have a 79 that can step up instead of having a 29 step up. I would get that guy now, especially on a line. The receivers are a dime a dozen, dude. The receivers are a dime a dozen. The receivers getting separation. There's also offensive coordinator to call the plays to get the receiver open. We can get any receiver we want to and make something out of them. So we can draft them later or we get one off free agency. But I would not take a receiver 3. But we'll see Tuesday night. I would not take a receiver 3. Unless like that Tech guy that went to Tampa Bay, or what school team went to? The guy from Arizona. That T-Mac. Where's he at right now?
Panthers.
Is he doing good? He's making catches, but yeah. Well, if it took him like it took him, who gonna throw him the ball?
I mean, he's been balling. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm not saying one person's gonna change it. It's just defense wasn't our problem. Like defense wasn't the problem here; it was offense. So I'm gonna focus on what our problem was. It's not it's scoring points. Like, and if we, I mean, Trey Tucker's not gonna win it all for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's we need weapons. Like however you look at it, like defense wasn't the problem. Yeah, we can stop people, cool, but how are we gonna score? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. We can stop everybody, but how are we scoring? We don't score too well. So
You know
I'm
why? You know why? Because we get the red zone get predictable. We get in the red
because
zone get
there's
predictable.
nobody that can create separation. There's
I understand
nobody
that.
that is a dog on their own that can win these one-on-one matchups. Like
I
we don't
understand that.
have we have fourth and fifth round wide receivers that are just guys.
I
But
understand
like I
that.
said,
But
I
I
mean, if
said,
you guys
I
want
said,
another
like,
4-win, 2-win season, then cool. Stack the defense. But how are we going to score? Unless the
I, under-
defense can score for us.
I understand that. But I'm just saying that I wouldn't waste a high pick for that when we need more. Okay, go on red zone, but then the quarterback's getting sacked every 2 plays because the line can't block him, so he can't throw the ball to a receiver that might get open. Or he's rushed. So good, go get that speed receiver that can get separation. But meanwhile, the quarterback's flat on his butt with there's no blocking on the line. How you gonna get the ball? You see what I'm saying? Let's fix that problem first. In free agency, or then if it don't work in free agency, get a good line, get a good center, get that. Then work on receivers. I can see because there's a lot of receivers out there, dude. I mean, it's not like it's only like one coming out. There's
I
a
mean, I
bunch
didn't take him.
coming out.
I didn't take him with the first pick. I took him in the third round. You acting like I took him with the first pick.
I still say round 3 is too high. Yeah, I thought round 2 for best was too high. Even for third and fourth round, okay, fine. Well, we got 3 rounds. We got 3 in the fourth. 3
Yeah,
picks.
I mean, so I mean, we can get the linebackers and all that with those picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want talent. Like, we don't have talent. Like, that's the thing. If we keep settling for undrafted free agents, and that's what type of team we're gonna have. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So at the highest position, like if they're available, take them. Like we get the highest tackle, the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you could. I would even go DB at that spot because we need a solid. Because imagine you get a top DB to match with Stokes. You know what I'm saying? Say we bring Stokes back, and then we match him with a top DB. Then that's cool too. You know, we can stack it with. That's fixing something that where we lost Caillou Blue, and we know Porter's still kind of learning. But imagine matching him with Porter, that would give us a good secondary. You know, it's just the things I've seen that were broken were the DB room and then the wide receiver room. Of course, the line that goes without saying, but it's just there's nobody that scares anybody in our wide receiver core except Brock. When you got the top DB on the team sticking Brock over whoever our top wide receiver is, that's sad. That shows that they don't respect nobody out there in that wide receiver room. So I just feel I don't like being not respected, so I'm gonna change that.
No, I get that. I was just saying. I understand. I'm just saying though, but yeah, we do need some receivers out there. But like I said, it depends on it's gonna boil down to the free agency. See what happens. What we do. It's gonna boil down to that. Who we gonna get? We get some good offensive line help, or maybe even a good defensive lineman in free agency. Who knows? They'll come out to that. I just don't want to see them wasting a pick for a guy that's going to be like mediocre at round 2. You know what I mean? But like I
Yeah.
said, I'm still like, why they pick Best at 2? Maybe he'll turn out to be a super. He didn't get a chance this year, so maybe he'll turn out next year. But I just don't see him wasting that uh, for a receiver when we don't have a good line to protect the quarterback, or we can't stop the other team from scoring because no it's good for receiver if they can't get out on the field because the other team is doing this 8, 9 to 10 yard minute drive, and he's out there for 2 plays and we got a punt. So yeah, it doesn't make that. It's a lot of factors to go into that, but we do need that. I agree with that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
don't pick them too high.
no, you're right. You're right too. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it all depends. Like you said, if they get say they bring in Lindebaum and then they get another cool, either guard or tackle, whatever, and then they really change that whole line besides JPJ Colt Miller. Like say they step up everything from outside trades or whatever it is, then we'll have the luxury to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's in my mind, that's where I could do that, because it's like if you fix the line and all that, get if you want a good DT or whatever, or defensive end, you get that in free agency. We got money, so we can throw that money at that, and then we can use the draft to get our weapons. Like I always say, get the running backs, get the wide receivers, get our quarterback this year. We finally get to get that part out of the way and focus on other things. But I feel if we have to buy the line for now, if we want this next season to not go like last or this season, we have to buy that line. Because
okay, wait. I thought you said something else. When they catch it, I thought you said buy a line. Say, wait a minute, pause again, dude. Watch it.
He said, no, but, like you said with the center position, we have to have someone that's played center. I know, but we get someone legit that has done it before, that is a vet. And we get someone in place, and then say if we get that other tackle or something, like we luck up on someone, even if we gotta overpay, because it's not about what other teams were willing to pay and all that. It's what we need. It's what we need to get better. So if we gotta overpay to put pieces in place to get Genty loose, to get whoever's going to be our star wide receiver loose, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to do that. We need to stop listening to all this other about, oh, they overpaid. No, we need this stuff. And if other teams are going to outbid us, they're getting better. So I'd rather us get better. However it takes, man, for us to get better and build. I definitely agree with building the offensive line. That should be the first thing out the gate. As soon as that clock hits where we can get people signed, we should already through money. We should already have people signing right there. You know what I mean? The center, Lindenbaum, should be, I don't care how much it takes. It starts with the foundation of the line right there. And then that makes it.
It's going to take some money. You know that.
Yeah.
I'll throw the bag. I'll say how much. Right now, he got to pay $16 million. He want $22 million. So shit, here. And throw some free tickets to some Las Vegas shows. Yeah, come on. But I'll throw in the back. Yeah. We need a center, a real legitimate center. We know that. And perhaps, like I said, a tackle. Yeah, maybe Glaze can step up or Grant can step in. We don't know. I like what Rodgers doing. Yeah. We'll see what Grant probably gonna play today. We'll see what he can do. Because he really get that much. He got a couple of chances, but he didn't really play that much. Got 7 snaps. So we'll see what he can do. I'll throw Dawson Wagner out there and say, dude, you've been sitting your fat ass on practice squad, man, for 3 years now. You get out there and do something. We're gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
So
like and it's and it'll help. Anything that we do will be way better than what we did this year. You know what I'm saying? Like and Lindenbaum I like because he's been in a running offense. You know what I mean? He's had Lamar Jackson, you've had Derrick Henry, you know what I'm saying? So he knows the run game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want us to become a running team again. And this year was just horrible. Because even though Genty had success in spots, I feel like he should have had more. There should have been more opportunities for him to, do better. And with this line, it was just not there. Like, they would do good in spots, but they can only hold up for so long. So that's why I say, like, let's get a pro. Let's get a professional.
Richard, I don't think Lindenbaum does drugs, so I don't think it's going to be high. So I think it's an answer rule. No, hey, but you know what? So always, I know you mean being paid high. So what? Look at Chicago did. They paid those guys all that money. Mm-hmm. So did I think it was Carolina paid for a guard. Paid him a lot of money. And look at that doing. Although they didn't make the playoffs, they lost by 2 points. Too bad. But the thing is, they got better. They're better from last year because they went and paid the money. Paid the money for the guys with higher level, higher talent. So I'm not. If they want to give Lindenbaum $22 million, I would say give him $22 million. Like I said, plus free tickets to any Las Vegas show he wants to go and take his family to. Yeah, I would say do that because sometimes you got to pay to win. It's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is now.
Yeah,
you got. Do you want top talent? You pay for it. Like I said. You want a top-notch steak dinner? You go to a smokehouse or a steakhouse. You don't go to a burger stop to get a steak. I mean, they got steak dinners there. I'm not saying they're bad, but if you when you want a high quality steak, you go to a steakhouse. You don't go get a cheap one and expect good results. You know, you pay for what you get. If you want mediocre, if you pay mediocre, you're going to get mediocre.
Yeah.
No turning around.
I mean, we could be cheap and we could keep Kuntz and Tyree. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because it sucks that two people. I mean, I think Kuntz was kind of picking it up as like later in the season. So I know he's probably going to be a little pricey, and I'm pretty sure someone's going to probably outbid us for him. You know, but yeah, we definitely need another end because Max definitely needs help, man.
That's what I say. Defensive line, get some defensive line help. Kuntz did okay when he came. You know, Snowden did all right, but it depends. It's all going to depend after this game. What happens to the front office with Patrick Graham? It all depends on having Pete Carroll. All that can change everything. You know, everybody talking about Robert Saleh from 49ers. Okay. You're going to want different guys in there. Yeah, you might bring back Clean. If he signed Robert Saleh, that'd be funny. Hey, bring Clean Farrell back here. That'd
be crazy.
So anyway,
hey Chris, I sent you the game. I sent you the remember the blueprint. It's right there in black and white.
Yeah, we can discuss that Tuesday.
no, I was just saying like that's the way they say we're supposed to get better. So.
That's like that thing you sent me, man. It's like reading War and Peace, volume, both volumes.
It's all like scrolls.
It's like reading War and Peace with the prequel and the.
I was like, okay, it kind of made sense, but you know,
We'll discuss that. But I like it. But there's a lot of things they got. Everything starts from the top. Everything. If you have a crappy front office, it's going to work its way down to a crappy team. We need to get that office together. Who's in charge on top? Who makes the calls? Who's a shot caller? Is it Spytek his first year? I give him a pass. This year, you better do something. This year, because he had a whole year to see the team, evaluate stuff, and let him be a shocker. Because to me, it seemed like it was Pete Carroll. Well, I've been in the league longer than you, son, so I'm gonna call the shots and whatever. But I'm still your boss, so be the boss. Tell Pete Carroll, I don't like that pig. Go shut up your. Never mind. I ain't gonna say it Sunday, but you know, let's see if Spytek can do his thing because he did make some decent picks. I just don't think we were ready. They were ready to play, but Pete Carroll didn't think they were. I thought they were, although they had a bad preseason. So what? They had a bad practice. Yeah, that's against your team because your team is sorry anyway. So they're gonna look bad because the team is bad. So what? So get them out there and see what happened. They put Caleb Rogers out there. Huh. Wow. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, I think they were saving them. I think that's what Pete was trying to do, was save these guys for next year, and then have a turnaround. You know what I mean? But it was kind of too late. We weren't patient enough for that. Because I mean, we're like, shit. We might as well see what we got on the roster because the guys you brought in weren't it. So,
well, there's a couple of guys he brought in, but we didn't get shit to play. I mean, that Thornton guy was like a disappointment, but like I said, he can turn around. Damian Porton looks pretty good, decent coming up. That's still a rookie. I mean, cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play besides quarterback in the league. So there's a lot of things you got to do. So it's not just running forward. You got to do a lot of things. Yeah, Raiders need linebackers. Yeah, we need linebackers. We need a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Picking a receiver at number 2 again would be detrimental to the team. We need a lot of stuff. A lot. So
free safety. We need a true free safety. And we have a whole bunch of strong safeties, but we need a true free safety.
She's about to give you a bell. You guys are about to get dogged, walked by. I'll be fine with us. We don't care. That was just that number 1 pick. That's then the quarterback, Craig Laduakloon. Game says name.
Oh, Dugan.
You know what? Right now, Goldfish don't really matter. No, because we're we're in a win-win situation where you really get number one, number two pick. So it doesn't really matter. Season's over. So we're not playing for anything. We're not playing to get in the playoffs. And we're definitely not spoiling Chiefs' hopes in the playoffs because they're out eliminated. So it doesn't really matter to us. Thank you very much for your comment.
Yeah. I mean, Palomalo's there, but he's more of a strong safety. Like we don't have a legit free safety in place on our
Well, we
team.
have
I mean, what's his name? Lonnie Johnson's
Johnson, but he got hurt.
Our free safety. Yeah. Yeah, but we haven't had a free safety since what's his name?
Abrams?
No, he was strong. What's his name? Trayvon Merrick.
Jay Merrick. Oh, so you talking about Abrams, the missile, the unguided missile that they'll run full speed at you and miss you anyway,
Yeah.
or
Knock
hit you
himself.
and or hit you and knock himself out the game. Like what was that? What was that one play? It was, I think it was the Saints. What's the Saints? We ran, tried to tackle a guy and hit the thing on the sideline, knocked us off the game. Like, stupid.
Yeah. And that was so crazy because it happened.
They
so
called
fast.
breaks.
Yeah. Because they're like, Abrams has knocked himself out of the game. We're like, when did he do this? Like, I didn't even see him.
The short replay said this hit it. It's called breaks. You're supposed to slow down, when you can't hit anything. Oh my God, I'm a Raider fan, but that was so funny. I was like, this is so stupid.
He missed a legit 2 years off injuries, off self-inflicted.
Yeah, exactly. Doing practice and stuff, training players, trying to take them out. Like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't just want to stay in there. I'm gonna get out of here.
Nah, we got football coming up, so we gotta see what's going on.
Play plus baby sleep. Might be time for a nap.
Yeah, that part. Yeah. No, hey Chris, you're right too. I hope it was just I'm tired of this offense being just sus, and I mean we need help everywhere. So I mean they could close their eyes and just pick BPA and we'll be, it'll be a lot better than what we got. But we have to draft better. Like this last draft we missed that Cam Miller thing. Like we got pretty much took Malot's not even here. It's like this draft. It reminded me of that the one where Arnett.
Oh my God! Don't even bring that draft up,
man. Because it's like,
but I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. That's my opinion. What I see, what they need. But you made valid points too. So we'll see where that goes. So like I said, guys, stay tuned. Come check us out Tuesday. I don't know what time Jason want to start, 6:30, no matter me, because I'm always on. Make sure I take my loopy pills for my, what's going on with me.
I should be able to. I'll say maybe at the earliest 5:30. I should be possibly back by that time.
Okay. Well, you set it up. I'll be ready because, like I said, I don't go nowhere. I'm always at home. Like I say, guys, thanks for joining us this Sunday morning. Probably be the last Pillaging show till the season start. I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, I'm still taking sabbatical. I'm not doing many shows I used to. I'm gonna do one more show Tuesday. Then you probably won't see me for a minute, but I'll be back. You guys can't kick me out here because I'm a Raider fan for life. I'm not going anywhere. After the game show, I don't know about that.
Well, in fact, you know what? It actually. We will. Well, I don't know. I'm saying not speak for you, but I'm saying like I will just as far as if we, either way, because I'll probably be pissed if we get, if we mess this thing up. I know just a lot of people just for everything that we've suffered through this year, one more loss ain't gonna hurt. Just let's get the draft capital. Whatever we got to do. Let's get the top spot. Like if it's the quarterback, because you never know. Shit, he could get injured in this next game, and that'll change everything. So I mean, nothing is set solid. Nothing is set. Everything will change and shift and all that. And then by the time, you never know what happens close to the draft. But if he's there, take it, man. Take it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to sign these games coming on. The only game I'm really interested besides the Raider game would be the Dallas Cowboys New York Giant game. That's one game I'm really interested in seeing. Because New York beats them and we win, it's a loop point. We're getting the number one pick. So I'm gonna watch that game. But like I said, thanks for coming in, Mr. Weber. Thanks for coming in, guys. Stay tuned Tuesday night. You'll see it be posted. Jason will pick his time. Do that. We're gonna do a mock draft special because then we know exactly where everybody's sitting at. One with trades, one without trades. This is a Cover 3 show. Any last thoughts, Jason?
Just win, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's win. Let's I don't think we can win some respect. That's about it. But other than that,
yeah. Hey, but it doesn't have to be the game I'm talking about. I'm saying, just win, baby.
Just win. That's true. That's our motto for years. But as it comes to fruition, but maybe it might start after this game, after we see how we moving forward, what direction we going in, Pete Carroll or not. We'll see.
Today. He said, "Not today." Yeah, it's like we got business as usual today. But after this,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off right quick. Gotta go.
Right.
But I'm gonna cut you off. But I like the way the NFL did this year's schedule. They got all the rivalry teams playing at the end of the season, and that's how it should be. All the teams, the Browns and Bengals, Bears, and I forget what they're playing. Vikings, I think.
Yeah.
It's Vikings. Well, anyway, they got all the rivalry teams playing each other. That's what it should be at the end of the season. All the division teams play each other. That's what it should be, and I think that's what they should do every year. Not to say beginning of the season you can put any teams you want, but at the end of the season, put the divisions together. Makes sense to me.
I want that Niner Raider game, the first game, bro, of next season. I want that to go down. That's just my only request. And with that,
now they'll probably play later in the season because of the weather. The weather's better. That really don't matter. Are they in Santa Clara or are they in Raiders?
Santa Clara. Yeah, so it'll be 70. 65.
Yeah. Jean Valentine. I'm a Red fan for 76. So why should I change? And say hi. But we're about to leave the show so we can enjoy this football season. Oh, Bears and Lions. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, I knew it was somebody. I can't remember who it was. I didn't pay attention to them that much.
Yeah.
So.
Go Lions. Does it go Lions? Who are we going for? Lions. Go Lions.
I don't matter.
Where we can beat up on the Chiefs and then still get, that number one spot.
Hey, Randy N, my boy. Hey, man, I ain't seen it in a while. Some Bronco guy. Happy New Year to you, brother. Saw you on Jeff's show the other day. Anyway, I'm out of here. You want to end the show?
Yeah, we're about here. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it. Let's do what we do, man. Let's get that quarterback.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show. This for Raiders, Raider Nation, Jason, Pillaging just for Sunday.